Ready to embark on a journey of limitless curiosity? Join us on the Being Curious Show, where we curiously connect teachers and seekers in a safe space, exploring a vast array of topics that spark the flame of curiosity within you. We've created a community for thoughtful discussions where teachers share their wisdom and seekers explore the depths of their curiosity. It's a space where diverse perspectives come together, fostering connection and understanding. Our intention is simple: to ignite your curiosity and create a life that totally lights you up. Hey everybody, it's Kelly Wagner. Welcome back to the Being Curious Show, where we explore many ways curiosity can awaken, heal, and connect us. I'm your host, Kelly, and today we have a truly radiant guest joining us. Wendy Benning Swanson is a transformational teacher. Transformational, like seriously, guys, transformational. Intuitive guide and healer who helps people reconnect to their inner power and remember who they truly are. After years of outward success in business and life, Wendy realized that something was missing: herself. That realization sparked a profound journey of awakening that led her to become a certified Life Activation Practitioner, initiate, and guide in the ancient lineage of King Salomon. Through her classes, one-on-one sessions, and Empower Thyself trainings, Wendy blends deep wisdom with grounded practicality, helping people move beyond burnout and disconnection into alignment, authenticity, and soul-led purpose. Today, we'll talk about awakening your inner power, what it means to truly know thyself, and how to live with more presence, peace, and possibility. So take a dap. Woo! I already feel the energy coming in. Take a deep breath, open your heart, and join me in welcoming to the show the beautiful and wise Wendy Benning Swanson. Hey, Wendy, how are you?
Hello, Kelly. I'm great. Thank you.
Good. Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us.
I'm happy to be here.
It's a good.
Exciting.
I rehearsed my intro, and then I'm like, I felt the energy coming in, and I was like flubbing up my words. So, well, we all know how authentic my little openings are. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Well, so what I want to know, my first thing is, what are you curious about?
Oh, goodness.
Because there's a lot of things you could be curious about.
There are. I'm curious about what the world is going to look like in 1 year from now.
Any predictions?
None.
None.
Nope.
Just buckle up.
Just, you can feel the energy. It's shifting. Everyone keeps saying that 2026, something's going to happen. Who knows what that is, but we have to be ready for that ride, right? Like, we have to do the work to be prepared.
I was with my chiropractor today, and he walks in and he's like, "It's a rodeo out there." And I went, "Yes, it is a rodeo out there."
Yeah,
it's a true way to describe it.
Yeah, there is no description, right? We've never been in a time like this.
No, we haven't. I think it's exciting though. I'm
do
trying
too.
to have the lens of exciting rather than panic and fear. And I kind of want to go around and hug people, but then people are wearing masks again, and I don't want to do that. I don't want people to think I'm totally crazy. Just a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Well, I'm going to kick it off with, you are an Amazon bestseller, and everybody check out your latest issue of Edge magazine. I'm going to go like this for the cover. Ooh, right? And every issue we pick some books that we're reading, and yes, we read them, everybody. We really, really do. And this issue is The Inner Empowerment: My Journey on the Path to Healing and Self-Mastery by Wendy Benning Swanson. Tell us a little bit about what got you inspired to write a book, because it's a journey, and what it's been like since to launch it and then become an Amazon bestseller, and what do you want to do with the book?
Yeah, I realized early on in this work that I'm doing right now that it's a lot of information for someone to take in a elevator conversation, or even a 10 to 15 minute conversation, or even, an hour conversation.
Right.
There's so much to it. There's so much depth there's so much transformation that I thought that why not share my journey through these teachings and these healings and this path so that people can have a deeper understanding of the potential of it in their lives. And so, yeah, I just wanted a way to share it in an authentic manner, to see that it's not just one thing. It's a path, and it's ongoing, and it's very powerful.
Well, absolutely. And I was actually going to start meandering into the importance of knowing thyself and the path, but you just teed that up. So let's just jump right in. So tell us about knowing thyself, and then I'm going to ask you a follow-up question. So what is the importance of knowing thyself?
Yes. Well, the ancients put it on in their temples, know thyself. And the Socrates and Aristotle, they said it's really the beginning of everything, because if you don't know yourself, then how are you living your life? Are you living your life from a place of knowing who you are, or are you living this surfacey understanding, this, from a place of superficiality, where a lot of times when we make decisions in life, and we step forward in life, we make these decisions from our subconscious, or we make these decisions based on external reasons. And I did that for much of my life. I started my staffing company because I wanted to prove to someone I could do it.
Okay.
At that point, I did not know thyself. I did not know truly who I was to be able to start something from an authentic alignment with my divine purpose and what I came here to do. So, it's the axiom, as within, so without. And that's a reference to the microcosm is the microcosm is the macrocosm.
Got it.
And so, to know thyself, the ancients knew that to know thyself is to know the universe. So the microcosm is me, but to know I have everything I need in me, all the answers, all the wisdom. And once I can understand that, then I can understand the all, the universe.
So important.
So there's lots of reasons why it's important to know thyself, so that we don't live from ignorance. We don't live from our subconscious. We live from our understanding our divine nature and our power.
So why do you think people end up disconnected from their true selves?
I don't think most people are connected to their true selves. So, it starts from the beginning of, when we're born and when we're young, we're connected. But through programming, through life, through trauma, we disconnect. And we don't even know we're disconnecting, right?
Right.
And we connect more with our ego, and we connect more with our negative ego. And we don't even know we're doing that, because we live like 98% in our subconscious being all the things that we've buried, that we've never dealt with. And that's what's running our operating system. That's what's running our decisions and our choices in life. And then when we make these choices, they don't feel connected with who we are, and it's this vicious circle. And so the path really is to disconnect from that normal reality and step on the path of understanding who you truly are. Because think about it, if you are married or you're in a relationship and you don't know who you are, how can you give that to someone else if you don't know who you are?
Well, that's so true. And, backing up just a moment, You build a successful business by checking every box until you realize something that was missing, and it was you. Um, what steps did you take to finally recognize it? And then we're going to start talking about the path.
Okay. Yeah, for me, I knew I'm all about self-development when I owned my business. It was like, how can I be the best salesperson, business owner, boss? And I had done all the self-help books, all the Tony Robbins, and I did start walking down the spiritual path too. And everything got me a little bit closer, but it never filled that void. That there was always something missing. There was, and like you said, I checked all the boxes. I had success. I owned a business. I had an amazing family. I had all the things. But then when I got to the top of that mountain, there was still something missing. And that was that me understanding my divine, as my who I am beyond this time and place. Not Wendy, the business owner, the mother, the entrepreneur, but Wendy, the spiritual, divine, eternal being that's having this earthly experience in this time and place. So it includes all of those things, but it's bigger. It's more than that.
So
Does that make sense?
Absolutely. So you're a successful business owner. You read the books. Hey, call out to Tony Robbins. Nice job. How did you find? And then you discovered the Modern Mystery School. So let's talk about this beautiful, powerful, amazing community that you're a part of.
Yeah, and the story is similar for a lot of us in the school. It's like we knew there was something missing. Like they were just searching, the seeker. We're seeking and we're looking for that missing piece. And for me, I heard an interview with Dr. Teresa Bullard-Wyke. She's an Ipsissima now in the school, and she was talking about, it was on Open Minds in the Gaia channel, and she was talking about Kabbalah, which I at the time, like, I'd heard Madonna maybe had done Kabbalah. It was my reference point,
right? And they
had
the little red,
the red bracelet, and what she said that just sparked something within me is that Kabbalah can help you find your divine potential. And none of the self-help, the books talked about divine potential. That was actually missing in all of them.
That's true.
And so I was like, that's it. Like, divine potential. What does that even mean? Yeah. Like, I didn't have any reference point at that moment to what that even meant, but I wanted it. I wanted to live my potential in this life. And that she said the first step is to get a life activation. And so I found someone in town and signed up that day, I think. And I signed up and I received my life activation, and it worked. And every time it was, she said, well, the next thing is the full spirit activation. I was like, okay, but it took me a while to really realize the power and how it shifted my life. It's so subtle.
What are some things that you noticed at first? Like, even the little subtle things, and in full transparency to everybody, I work with Wendy. I actually had a session, I think it was last week. I'm not having a, like, no time, no space, everything lately. And she helped me rediscover some of the tools that I have been also neglecting on my path and my practice. And it was like, and ever since then, I've been having a morning ritual, and it's just It's so powerful. So those are my little moments, but share with the audience yours where you saw that you had the life activation, but then you were like, "Oh, oh, I just see like bubbles over you of just, oh, well, that's kind of cool. Oh, that's kind of cool." And so please share some of those with the audience.
Yeah, for me personally, at the time, I was not in this world necessarily. I mean, I had done retreats and angel classes, and I'd done some things, but I did not know I was empathic. In
Mm.
fact, I think I wanted to be. I thought that would be really cool, but I didn't think I was.
Okay.
I didn't think I was. It's actually not that great sometimes to be empathic,
Mm.
right? Because you feel everyone's energy. But I talk about this in my book, but I went to the state fair, which has, 200,000 people, and I had fun.
Mm.
And I was like, why did I have fun? And I realized that I wasn't taking on everyone's energy. And that was the first time in my life, I think I was 40 years old, that I was in a big group event, a big event with a lot of people. And I didn't even know I wasn't having fun before. That was like, so many awarenesses, I guess,
Right.
came in for me. And then I connected that not having fun to being empathic, and that, well, okay, I need to like understand what being empathic means and protect my energy. I didn't know what all of that meant at the time. But for my clients that I've done life activations for, it varies. In fact, I just had a woman say she felt like she could speak up at work for the first time ever. She was able to step in her power and say something she would have never before even thought she could say. I've had other people, do change.org campaigns that make it all the way to the Minnesota State Supreme Court, or the judicial system that changes an outcome of a case. I had a woman start selling her art. She never thought she could sell her art before. So it really like opens the life activation, it really opens this awareness of our potential that is evident in everyone that I offer life activation for.
So you talk about activating your spiritual DNA and inner power through this life activation process. So walk us through what it feels like and why it's so pivotal, because I just see that it's like having it and then it's almost, it's the light comes in. Okay, sorry. I just dumbed it down, everybody. The light comes in.
Well,
Yay!
like this light comes outside of this structure. So that's why it can't, like, not anyone, just anyone can do one, like someone off the street can't like do some energy work. Oh, your DNA is activated. It might be, but it's not being activated by, we receive a tool, a holy tool, a sacred tool that's created by, there's only 1 to 2 people in the world that create these tools. They look pretty normal, but they're very sacred. And then they're activated so that they can bring in this light to your DNA. So it brings light in that's not here now.
Right.
And so everyone on earth could use a life activation. If you're not going to do anything else ever with me or the school, life activation would be an amazing thing that you could give to yourself.
Tell us a little bit more of about the life activation, and
Yeah.
then because it is a part of a path, and it's a part of a really powerful path. So if someone right now is curious, they're like, okay, I'm kind of curious about this life activation. What would you like to share?
Yeah, you mentioned activating our spiritual DNA and activating your divine blueprint. And yeah, it's the beginning, and we require everyone before they take the next step, whether that's Empower Thyself class or any other healings that we offer, that you have to have a life activation. And that's because like I said, it opens up, it brings in the light and activates your blueprint, and it starts helping you to become more aware of who you are. Because the truth is that most people don't understand that they are very powerful beings of light. And if you don't understand your power, then how can you step into it? So that's why it's the first step. We have to activate that understanding within you. And then you can step on the path, and the path starts with the class called Empower Thyself, which is a class where you receive an initiation. And this has all been handed down for 3,000 years. So I'm certified to teach this. I've been through, years of training. And this initiation, it's a 2-day class. And for 2 days, the energy starts building. And by the end of the second day, something's happening. It's the energy's coming in and is preparing you to receive this initiation. In the class, you learn about the universe, the structure of the universe, angels, archangels, where they fit into that structure. You learn about the mind, you learn about the negative ego and how that affects us. And you learn about tools of power that you have that you can use. And then you learn rituals that you can do every single day that is a tool to support you in being here and protecting your energy, and that 10 times the light, maintaining that. I mean, you'll always have it once you're initiated, but the rituals help you maintain it on a daily basis so that you can go out in the world and live from this place of power that you have after this initiation.
And tell us about, okay, so there's the path, the importance of a teacher, a guide, or someone like yourself helping you along the path, because you could just read it. Sure. I mean, it's okay, but there's a richness. There is, it's beautiful to do it with a guide, with a teacher. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah. And it's interesting, this weekend, we were talking about books and how important books are, and they're great. But do you know how much we retain from a book that actually helps to transform our lives?
8%.
Yes.
That's not a lot.
No, it's not. And so, people are like, oh, I could just read it in a book. Well, yes, and books are great for that. But the teachings have been handed down from teacher to student orally. So when you teach something orally, there's a vibration, there's some sacred geometry, and there's keys that can be handed down. It has to be in person, that you can't get from a book. So there's a whole energy component that if you read the Empower Thyself class in a book, that you wouldn't receive. You wouldn't receive those keys. But having a teacher helps, because the thing is that our natural state is not of growth. Our natural state is the comfort zone. And so having a guide or a teacher helps to have someone be able to ask you questions and make you look at things in a different way, especially things that you can't necessarily see for yourself. And so it's nice to have someone giving you that nudge, giving you that, have you considered this? And that's why we call it a guide. And the path, the reason that there's a path is because we need to know that we can progress, because it's all about, if you're not progressing, if you're not improving, if you're not evolving, then you're becoming stagnant. And that's the problem with a lot of things out there, is that you'll get this teaching, you'll get this information, and it's amazing. And then you go home and then there's nothing else. You're like, okay, now what? Now you're finding the new person or the new thing to do. And then you're finding the new thing to do. Well, this path is robust. It helps you as a human in all ways. So there's always a step forward you can take to receive an initiation. There's classes, there's teachings, there's trainings, so there's always something you can be doing to continue on the path to understand yourself and know thyself in a deeper way.
Well, and getting to know yourself, not everybody wants to do it. It's really holding the mirror up and jumping in and having that guide. You are also phenomenal at creating safe, sacred space. And I really want the audience to know that. You know when you're in Wendy's office, okay? You know when you're in a space with her. And I say that with complete admiration and respect. And you could be having like a day like this, and then you just come on in and you sit down and you sit in your energy and you are so present and you listen and you have amazing tools and guides. It's an honor to walk the path with you and to be in your energy and in your space. And you create and then you ask questions that maybe are obvious, maybe are not at all. And it just makes you think and you're like, oh, I mean, I've even had moments where I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna be really honest, like, oh my God, I hate that Wendy's right now. Like, oh my God, she's so right. Right. But you do it in such a curious and supportive way that it's like, okay. And then let's go deeper and let's go deeper and let's really dial in with it. And I think coaches, teachers, guides, they just try to do this. And you're more of just like, come on in, the water's fine. Okay, where are we at today? And then navigating it from there. And I want the audience to know that. And it's because if you are going to know yourself and you're really going to jump in, it's not for people that are like, oh, I want to try this. It's really powerful. And once you begin, it's just it's like, "Oh, well, that explains that, and that explains that, and I am divine, and I am this phenomenal being of light having a human experience." And you like, even if you don't believe in yourself, you sit with Wendy, and then you do. Like, right? I'm just calling it like I see it.
Yeah, and I don't know why this is coming up to say, but the
Uh-oh.
other thing about no, the other
Just
thing
kidding.
about the path is that my teachers walked it.
Yeah.
So I've walked it. That makes it so you can walk it. And that's, a healer. I have to heal my stuff so you can heal your stuff. That's really how it works, which I love because there's integrity in that, right? It's, my ritual master teacher walked the same path I'm walking. And I had someone the other day said he did. Like, yeah, that's the path. We've all done all the things to get, and it can all happen in different times. Like some
Right.
people are like, whew, and other people, it takes time. And my students will be above me. I know some of my students that are probably going to like way surpass me before I get there. And that doesn't matter. It's the same path, but we're all on our own separate journeys on it. Does that make any sense at all?
Absolutely. And everybody's journey is perfect just the way it is.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So
There's no right or wrong.
and if you have a student that's just like, whoop, you're like, awesome, let's go. Right?
Yay, I did it.
Yeah.
I
That's what's
got him there.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so and you're like, do you want to leg up? Do you want to get in the car? Like, how do you want to do it? Here's the path, and you're so accessible and you check in with people. And again, and it's that people you can't lie to Wendy, by the way, anyone. You can like try to like do that, but oh no, it's not possible. I'm gonna whisper the rest of the show. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so as someone this is a good question. I like this one. As someone that teaches and holds space, how do you replenish? Now I know you have ritual. How do you replenish, recalibrate, and stay in integrity while guiding others? Because you have walked, and I know it's the path, and I know it's your teachings, and I know it's just you, but what are some different things that you can share with the audience that could get them a little curious?
That's a really, really good
I know.
question, because, a lot of times the people that walk the path of being a healer and being in service to others, right? We just want to give, and we don't replenish. And, we learn hermetics is a big part of the path. And, one of the hermetic concepts is you can't give what you don't have. And
say that again, Wendy, slowly.
you cannot give what you do not have. And so, I go and I take classes and receive training, and that's one thing that fills me up. Just going to the headquarters and being in the energy there and continuing my path of progression. But between the times that I go there, I do service with my colleagues in the school. We get together weekly. But there's definitely times when, it's like I need something, and I have a guide. I have my own guide, and so I'll call my guide and say, this isn't going right. I'm struggling here. What do you think? And, she'll give me a recommendation of what she thinks I need. And then I have to choose, it's, I have to choose if I can afford it and if, I have the time to do it. But in order for me to serve my clients, I have to serve myself. So it's an important piece. And it's not just getting my own healings, it's also serving others and continuing my progression as well, because I'm on the path with you.
Oh, absolutely. And I think in society, we just empty our cup up, and it's just here, but you can't fill someone else's cup up if yours isn't full. And
No.
it sounds so silly and so simple, but it's really, really true.
Yeah. And I see that a lot in general. And, it's the zombie complex where people are just eat, sleep, work, home, sleep, take your kids to work, to school, take them to the athletic or other events, come home, eat, sleep, and we just don't take a break for ourselves. And it's like the human condition.
It is. It's
Mm-hmm.
and it's really prevalent right now. You can just see
It
it.
is. Yeah.
And it's really, I saw someone the other day being interviewed, and they're like, the best thing we can do right now, don't go to the left, don't go to the right, don't go up, don't go down, go inward.
Yeah.
Know thyself. Teeing that one up, right? So for listeners who might be a little skeptical or new to this, what's one micro practice? Do you have a micro practice that they could try in the next 24 hours to spark a little curiosity on their inner power?
Yeah. So, you can, close your eyes and take some deep breaths and bring in the light. Well, first relax your body, starting with your feet. Relax your feet, your legs, your hips, your chest, your neck, your arms, your head. And then bring in the light from your crown all the way down through your feet. And then focus on your heart and the flame that is in your heart, because we have an eternal flame that is in us. That aspect of us that is eternal, that will still stay with us when we die. and focus on that flame and see what that flame is telling you is the next step on your path.
What
To know
color is your
thyself.
flame?
Well, the flame can be, violet is truth. There's, red is love. So yeah, you can play with what color the flame is, but really ask it. What do I need? Because we have all the answers within us. And that's, we haven't really talked about Kabbalah, but that's we have a Kabbalah class that comes every couple of years. It's a year-long class. And that's really what that class answers. Who am I? And you spend a year going through your tree of life and stepping into these aspects of you from your lower self to your higher self, and understanding yourself as divine. That's a really powerful class that we have come to town every couple of years.
And has it started or is it just about to start? I think
It
it's just
started last weekend.
started
This
last weekend.
season, yeah,
Darn it.
just missed it.
So
But we're gonna be preparing for another session probably in a couple of years. So if you're interested, definitely let us know so we can keep you on the list.
absolutely.
And they do also have them around the country. I think there's going to be one in California in April. So, but you do have to take Empower Thyself before you can take Kabbalah.
Okay. I want people just to reach out to you. I mean, I think that's
Yeah.
and you'll definitely be able to give them some guidance. And you do offer free consultations. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, it's a great place to start. I just dove in and signed up for Life Activation without even knowing the person. And while I knew that was the right thing, I don't always recommend that for people. You can absolutely do that, but I think it's great to set up a consultation, and it's a place where you can ask questions. And because we should discern, we should really make sure it's something that we're interested in, that fits what we want to do, and ask questions, and then I can go into more detail if anyone has any questions about anything.
Well, and you also, if the person connects with you, they might have questions and you might encourage them. I know this person, maybe you should have
Mm,
a conversation with them or a conversation. I mean, so that you're definitely about that alignment and wanting to make sure that it's a win-win and it's a mutual um, adventure to go on together, I guess is probably the
yeah,
best way to describe it.
yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Okay, so what's new in your world? Because I know you're taking a tarot class, and I know there's other things that you're doing. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yes, I'm actually offering free tarot readings right now because, and I do have a tarot calendar. It's usually weekends. It's an hour-long free reading, and it's free because I'm an apprentice learning tarot from the founder of the school. And I can't start charging until I pass his apprenticeship. So I have a lot of work to do. So I'm happy to do readings for anyone. Just know that I'm an apprentice. I've spent 2 years doing it. So most people have really enjoyed the readings, and I love it. It's super interesting to offer. But I might be having a moment to check things out just to make sure they're right. So that's why it's free. It's not that I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just making sure that everything is right.
And who do you have to do your final one for? Like
For the founder
the founder. Like
who learned tarot from a gypsy in the 60s that was in London. Yeah. So, but I'm not worried about doing it with him. I just really want to make sure I'm ready. But I want people to come in and feel like this tarot reading is worth every single penny that they spend on it, because I'm sure they'll tell us what we're going to have to charge, and it's probably not going to be cheap.
Probably not.
So get it free now.
Yeah, get it free now. I mean, come on. Okay, everybody. What's a final invitation that you would like to share with the audience?
If you're curious about this at all, my book is a great place to start. And I also have a number of free Audible credits, is what they call them. And so if Audible is the way that you want to listen, you can send me an email and I'll send you a free credit. In order to get some reviews on there, I need some reviews for Audible.
Okay.
But otherwise, yeah, read my book. See if it's something that interests you, that piques your interest, and then set up a consultation. It's free, and we can explore your questions and your fears and what is holding you back from stepping into your power and your greatness. Inner power, right? Inner empowerment. What does that even mean? And it's about stepping into your power, that's you, the deepest aspects of who you are, and stepping into that, and then being that and living that authentically in your life, so that you go out and you're stepping in your power at all times. And that's what this work really supports people in doing.
Hello, everybody. Just sign up. Okay, so recapping the book, Inner Empowerment, My Journey on the Path to Healing and Self-Mastery. And by the way, the cover image of you is just fantastic, by the way.
I do have
yes, right? You have that, and I have the magazine of it. Whoop, whoop, right? Okay. This is Wendy Benning Swanson. And if you want to get a hold of her email address is wendy@wendybenningswanson.com. Her website, shocker everybody, is wendybenningswanson.com. She has a book. She has an invitation. She has a calendar where you can jump on and connect with her and just get to know more. She's offering free hour-long tarot readings right now. I mean, what a beautiful offering, all like here, there, and everywhere. That's just fantastic.
Yeah.
Right?
Why not?
Why not? Like,
just
absolutely.
Try it out.
Just give it a try. It feels good.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for being on the show. I so appreciate you. And everyone be curious. Like, seriously, the book's great. Wendy's great. And again, just connect. Like things are going on in the world, and now's the time to really know thyself and get on the path.
Yeah, because we can't control that external factor, all those external things, but we can control ourselves and what happens on the inside. And so this is the perfect time. I mentioned I was curious what was going to happen this year and next year, but I'm not worried about it, because I know that I'll be okay. No matter what happens, because I've done that work, no matter what happens out here.
Yeah.
And that's really, I think, where people are going now, that they're understanding. You can't trust AI. You can't trust what you see on social media or the TV or what people are saying, but you can trust who you are in yourself. And that's where we're meant to be going right now.
Absolutely.
We're here for this reason, to start that process.
We signed up at this time for a reason. So just jump in. I mean, seriously, just don't be scared. Come on in and know thyself.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wendy. We'll see you soon.
Thank you so much.
Explore your higher consciousness with the Edge Media platform. We're a multimedia platform dedicated to connecting curious teachers and seekers in a safe, welcoming space. Dive into spiritual growth with our print magazine, digital content, podcasts, and in-person experiences. Whether you're seeking wisdom or sharing it, we're here to inspire and uplift your journey, here, there, and everywhere.